Welcome to week 4 of the high school football season and the first of 2 great games again here on WBCK. Nathan Adams, glad to be with you as we make our way east to Marshall High School, and we see the Marshall Red Hawks for the first time this season as they take on the Pennfield Panthers in Interstate 8 action. Marshall on the season after making the playoffs last year, sitting at 1-2. That one win against the defending Interstate 8 champion Coldwater Cardinals just 2 weeks ago, falling just short to the Panthers of Parma Western last week, 32-30. They are 1-1 like many others in the I-8, including the Pennfield Panthers, who suffered their first loss of the season last week to Coldwater. Pennfield now 2-1 on the season. Now, since both Marshall and Pennfield have rejoined and seen each other in conference play in the I-8, the two teams have split the 2 meetings, including last year's 49-7 victory for Marshall, part of a huge 7-2 season to put them in the postseason. Pennfield finished 3-6 last year, but with a win tonight, they will match last year's win total. Should be a dandy here at Marshall, and as mentioned, the first of 2 matchups here on WBCK in high school football. Another doubleheader for you. We'll get to the other game here shortly. Taking a look at some of the other games going on in the area. There was one game on Thursday night, a game that was rescheduled because of a funeral at Loy Norix for one of their former players. And Gull Lake and the Blue Devils made their way down to Kalamazoo to take on the Knights of Loy Norix. And Gull Lake a winner 40-8 over Loy Norix. Gull Lake with that victory now evening their record at 2-2 on the season. Some of the city teams in action tonight include Battle Creek Central. They make their way on their buckboard wagons or the buses, whichever one. It's the oldest rivalry west of the Alleghenies. They make their way over to Kalamazoo Central to take on the Maroon Giants tonight. Bearcats still looking for win number 1 on the season, sitting at 0-3. The Lakeview Spartans looking to stay undefeated and move to 3-0 on the season. They make their way over to Matawan to take on the Wildcats, who are winless on the season. Lakeview has won the last 4 matchups. The last time Matawan topped Lakeview was back in 2011. In I-8 action, the Harper Creek Beavers making their way up to Hastings, the newest member of the I-8, and the Saxons. It'll be the first time the 2 teams have seen each other since 2012 when the postseason occurred there, and it was a pre-district matchup. Harper Creek a winner there. Last time Hastings knocked off Harper Creek was back in the Twin Valley back in 1991, 25 years ago. And the other city team in action will be on Saturday. It will be our game of the night here on WBCK, and it's actually an afternoon matinee. Homecoming at CW Post Field as the St. Philip Tigers host the Burr Oak Bobcats. St. Phil looking to move to 4-0 on the season after picking up a victory at home to Teconcha last week. And that game will have coverage after the 1 o'clock news here on WBCK Saturday afternoon. Area games taking place on Friday night include Athens traveling to Springport. Bellevue will host Adrian Lenaway Christian. Bronson makes their way over to Comstock. Climax-Scotts will travel to North Adams Jerome. Delton will host Fenville. Galesburg-Augusta at home to Lawton. Homer will take on Jonesville at home. Maple Valley looking for win number 1. They get Lake Odessa Lakewood at home. Olivet travels to Perry. Union City will try to knock off Quincy. Quincy undefeated on the season at 3-0. And in 8-man football, Teconcha will host Portland St. Patrick. Teconcha 1-2 on the season. That's a look at all the games coming up today. Of course, our game here at Marshall High School tonight. 6:35 pregame here on WBCK with a 7 o'clock kickoff as Marshall will host Pennfield in Interstate 8 action. Of course, if you can't join us on 95.3 FM, you can join us on your laptop if you want to find WBCKFM.com. Or, not only that, you could also download our Radio Pup app. Search for WBCK. Bring your tablet or smartphone with you, and you just plug in those headphones and you can listen to the game there. Jim Hughes and I will be back in that box coming up later on tonight. Until the post-game wrap, we'll see you next time right here on WBCK.